Welcome to CAD, where I talk about anything and everything to do with architecture and interior design. And in this specifically, I go over AutoCAD tutorials. I've been going over so many things, but I've not even gone over the basics, which is how to design a basic plan on AutoCAD. So without further ado, let's just start. So if you want to start a plan, you have to make sure that you're working with the right units. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to type in units, and when that comes up, I choose to either draw in metric or imperial. So since we're on this side, we go architectural. You can go decimal for feet and inch for meters and millimeters, but you can also go with architectural, which is what we more use on this side of the world, which is inches and feet. So when that happens, I press OK and I'm ready to go. So if I want to start a line, I will start with the most obvious and simple command, which is PL for Polyline. So I'm just going to draw a simple plan. So when your line is like this and you want to make it very straight, you press F8 and that is going to straighten your line. So I just want to draw a very quick floor plan. So I'm going to have a living room which is going to be about 15 feet. So I tap 15 and then feet. If you find yourself going through this thing where you can't see your whole line, just press escape. I'll have to zoom, enter, and all, which is A, so I can see every single thing on the screen. So I zoom, and so I have a 15-foot wall coming out here. I have a 8-foot wall coming back here. I have another 15-foot wall, and then I close it by clicking on that point and I press enter. So this is going to be my living room space. So I want to make sure that the wall shows. So all I have is a rectangle. So to do that, I want to show a 6-inch wall. Walls start at 4 inches to 6 inches. So I'm going to start at a 6-inch wall. So I'm going to press offset, which is O, enter, and I'm going to tell the computer that I want a 6-inch offset. So I press 6, enter. I select the walls that I want to push out. So I click on the outside, and I click on this outside, and so there I have my living room space. But you see, these parts are not closed. So to do that, I will use chamfer, which is CHA. Chamfer will connect and close this wall. And if I didn't want to use chamfer, I'll just click on this one, click on that one, make sure it's perpendicular, and I'll close it off there. So that is one wall. So I want to create a small kitchen over here. So I want my kitchen to be about 5 feet. So I'm not going to start from here. I'm going to use this point to have a perpendicular spot here. So 2 feet, 2 feet on this side, and then 2 feet. So maybe 6 feet. So I'll have 6 feet, and I'll go up. And if I want to continue here, I could either use 8 or I could make sure that it lines up like that. So I can click there and click back. And of course, I want to show another wall outside. So I'll offset it by 6 inches again. So I click on that and I click on the outside. So there is my kitchen space. So I want to now create a washroom, dining space, and a bedroom. Very simple. So I will draw another line, but to start from here, go there, and then maybe have my room at maybe 10 feet. But when this thing happens again where you can't see everything, just make sure you press zoom, Z, enter, A, enter, and you'll see everything. So I have my bedroom at my 10 feet, and it's very simple. So I just want this thing to kind of be a rectangle, so I'm going to go all the way across, make sure that I have it perpendicular with this line, and I'm going to go right there, and that's another space. But I want to create another wall here, so I'm going to offset it by 6 inches. So 6, enter, and I do that outwards, and I do this outwards. So I have my living room, my kitchen, then that would probably be my dining area on this side. This would probably be my dining room and washroom, and then this would be my bedroom. So I want to create and continue. So I'll continue this line all the way across, just to know what I'm working with, right? So my bedroom is actually not going to be that big. When looking at it, it's actually pretty big. So I want to offset this wall maybe 8 feet. So I'm going to offset 8 feet, and I'm going to go out like that. It still looks a bit deep, so I may want to offset it again another 2 feet. So it's about, a rectangle, a square, sorry. So I'm gonna remove this. So if I want to get rid of this right here, so I want to show a path going to this space, I'll do trim, which is TR, enter, enter twice, and then I can say I want to remove that line and that line. And then of course I want to add a wall to this, so I'm going to offset this by 6 inches again. And remember, it doesn't have to be 6 inches, it could be 4 inches. So that is my bedroom, this is my living room, that is my kitchen, this would be my dining and my washroom. So if I want my I'll remove this line, and then I'll chamfer, CHA, this line here and here, and so I have a space right there, I have a dining room right there, I'm gonna have my washroom right there. So if I want to quickly add a washroom, I could add maybe a 5-foot wall, and then make that wall go all the way across over there. And then I'm gonna offset this. Maybe I'll probably put 4 inches this time, just so that it works properly. So I have my living room, my bedroom, my washroom, my dining area, and my kitchen. And that is a very quick. Oh, this part is not closed, so what do I do again? I press chamfer there and there. So I have my basic layout, my very basic layout. And what do I want to do next? I want to add doors and windows. So if I want to do that, a door starts at 2 feet, but you don't want to start at 2 feet. You want to start at 2.5 feet to 3 feet. And you also want it to be a little bit off the wall. So to do that, I will create a line, a PL line, start here, come out 6 inches, and then go down perpendicular. What I want to do is offset this by 2.5 feet, so 2.5 feet offset, select that and go there. So that is where I want my dot to be, right? So if I want to show the hole, I press trim, which is TR, enter, enter. I'm going to trim that wall, I'm going to trim that wall. So I'm showing an entrance into the space. If I also want to show a bedroom over here, I'll do the same thing over there, 6 inches, and I'll go across. So if I wanted, I could offset that by 2.5 feet. So I do that and that. So 2.5 feet or 30 inches. And then I'm going to trim that wall out, trim this out, delete this. And so I have things going on right now. It's looking better, right? I have my entrance, I have my door to here. I need to show another door over here that goes into the washroom. So I'm gonna have my 6 inches here going out there, offset this by 2.5 feet or 30 inches, offset that, and then trim to get rid of this and that. So I have my doors here. This I'm not going to put a door, I'm just going to make this one open, right? But remember, this is a kitchen, you need counters, so your counters typically sit at 2 feet. So I'm going to draw a line that comes out 2 feet, 2 feet from this corner, and it's going to go all the way down. I'm going to do the same for this side. But if I wanted to be quick, I could just mirror this. So I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to say I want a mirror. So I'm going to press MI, enter, and I want it to be central to this line over here. So I'm going to click on this line, and I'm going to go like that. And it's asking me, do I want to delete the source object? No, I don't. So I'm going to press N, enter. So this is one counter, and that's the other counter, and that's a little space in between. So I want this wall to be clear, and so I'm going to show I'm gonna draw this out here like this, and if I want I could draw it, or I could just copy, which is CO. I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna go there, and therefore I can now trim this out. So you see, right now everything is starting to come into place. I have my living room, bedroom, bathroom, dining area, my kitchen right there. And let's say I want this to be a bar in which, you know, people could be standing here and they could look out. I may want to add like a small window piece, right? So depends on you how much you want. Let's say I want to add maybe from here I want 1 foot of wall, and then I want to offset this about maybe 4 feet. I want a 4 feet opening. I'm gonna click there, and that's your 4 feet opening right there. Right, I want to make sure this is closed, and there you're gonna have a 4 feet. So this is really not a design thing, this is just a tutorial. So if this looks ugly, forgive me. So I have my space layouts and I have my doors. What do I want to add now? My door. Let me draw my door. So because all these doors are the same, it's going to be much easier for me, because all I have to do is make one door and then copy it across all of the doors. So to do that, I could use this as an example. I could draw a polyline from here. Since this door is 2.5 feet, I'm going to click there. I'm going to go 2.5 feet, and then my door is going to be about maybe 1.5 inches thick. Then I'm going to go back down 2.5 feet. Then instead of going back here, I can just type C for close, which is enter, and see I've shown my door. But then I want to show my door swing, right? So there are two ways to do that. Some people will just make a polyline like this, click there, and then show an arc by pressing A, going across like this, and then putting it like that. Just keep making it work. Oop. Oop. Yep, some people can do that, but what I do is I'll just press circle C, enter, click on this point, and I want my radius to go all the way to this point. So you see the arch has touched this wall. So what I want to do is just trim, enter, and click there and that, get rid of this, and I have my door right there. Always make sure your doors always swing to the walls on the other side. So now that I've done this, it's easier for me to just copy it. So all I'll just do is highlight everything, copy with CO, enter. I'll click on that point, and I'll click on this point, and then I'll click on this point. So this door is already fine where it is, but I want this door to rotate. So I'm going to highlight everything. I'm going to press RO by rotate, enter. Click on this point. I say this is the axis I want it to rotate off of. So I'm going to rotate it like that. But then it's still not right? So I want this to face that side. So I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to put mirror, MI, enter, and I want this to be the axis, this and this. So I do that. This says, do I want to delete the source objects? Yes. And then it's like that, but still not done because I want it to mirror to the other side. So I'm going to highlight everything again, mirror it to this point because I want this point to be the axis and that to be the reflection line. So I'm going to press enter. Do you want to erase source objects? Yes. And there I have my door. So I have my spaces, I have my doors. I want to make my walls much cleaner, so I'm going to trim all these other areas like this. I'm going to trim that. I'm going to trim this, this, definitely this, that. Oh. And then trim this out here. So that once that is gone, it's gone. So it's starting to look like I was saying it. Oh, there's still this part to trim out. So yeah, it's looking good right now, right? So I want to add windows. I want to add a window here, I want to add a window there, and I want to add a petite window somewhere over here, right? So to do that, windows have 2-inch frames and they can be as wide as you want. So what I want to do is I want to make a big window over here. So I'm going to do a polyline. There's so many ways to make windows for people, but this is the way I do it. One way is I make a midpoint, a line from here to here, and then I could offset or I could copy. So I could offset this by 3 feet. I click on this point here and I go out there, or I could click on this point, copy, click on that point, and then say I want it to move 3 feet to the south. Always move your mouse towards the direction, and then enter. So there I have my window, but it's not complete. So I want to offset 2 inches on each side. So I want to say that I want the window to go inwards. I click on this, I want the frame to go inwards, and then I delete this. Some people will be okay with this being a window, but I want to add more detail. So I'm going to put a polyline in between like this, so that when someone looks, they know that that is a window. So I'm going to do the same for this one. I'm going to copy just these right here, CO, copy, and I'm going to go move it all the way up there like that. So my bedroom is going to have a window right there. If I want to be more fancy, I would offset this 1 inch, then I would just, you know, offset one side to one side so it looks like an actual window, has more character. Okay, so I'm going to offset 1 inches also on this side here and that side there, and remove the middle point, and see, it's starting to look nice, right? I want to add one more window, a tiny window over here. So what I could do is I could just copy this again, copy it, and then copy it from this point and just move it straight across right there. But then of course this window and this it's a conflict, it's a clash. So I want to move this frame just a little bit inwards like there. So of course it's not done, so I want to trim this and that out, and then I want to delete this. So I have my doors, I have my windows, I have my space, I have my living space. So now what I want to do is I want to make this look even more professional, so I'm going to add a hatch. So with a hatch I'm going to press H, enter. It says what kind of hatch do I want. I want a predefined solid dash line. So I could select objects or pick points. I usually use pick points when I'm working with walls, so it just picks. So I select this part here, I select this here, I select that, I select this wall, and I select this wall, and then I'm going to press enter. I'm going to press OK, and you see I have my dark walls. But oh, wait a minute, this wall is not done and that wall is not done. So I'm going to press hatch again, enter, pick points. I'm going to select in here, I'm going to select in there, and it's going to be enter and enter again. So oh, there's still this one right here, so I'm going to hatch this, pick points, click inside it, enter, enter, and I have all my doors done. So what I could do is I could change this here so that people would know there's a hole in the wall. So I could just click on this right here, and I'll go right here to change the line type. Go to other, in whichever one you have. You usually have different kinds. So I want just a dash, so I can select what kind of dash lines I want. I could use the ISO dash. I'll just use the ISO dash, which is very simple. So I say that I want this to be my line, so I'm going to select it, but you still can't see it yet. So if you want that to work, you type LT scale, and it's asking you how the scale factor. Right now it's at 1, so you test it. So I want 10. So if I press 10, I see that nothing is happening. So if I do 50, still doesn't work. So I'm gonna go LT scale 0.05. See, it's showing right there, but I still got to work on it a little bit more. LT scale 0.005, much smaller. LT scale 0.5. There we go. So now that we have that line, I want this line to be the exact same thing. So I'm going to type MA, match properties, and enter. So I click on this line, and I'm telling the computer I want this line to copy this line. So it's asking me what line do I want to copy. It says this one. It says which one do you want to work on. I click on that one, and there we have our space. So thank you for sticking with me through this one. This is just part one. The next one, we're gonna go over designing the interior, and then maybe going with text, and then going with dimensions. Then after that, we'll start to move to elevations and other parts of this building. So thank you for sticking with me. Please don't hesitate to hit the like button. Please don't hesitate to subscribe as I talk about anything and everything to do with architecture and interior design. Follow my channel. I have so much awesome stuff that you guys would love. Anyways, take care. Bye.